Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown, talking about the 40K Battleforce boxes that were just announced. Now, these will come out around Christmas time.
I think last year, it was the last week in November.
Right.
They were up for pre-order.
And they came out like a week before Christmas.
Yeah.
So basically, these are the holiday Battleforce boxes.
Yep.
They're the Boxing Day boxes, because UK, that's when they open things. I don't know.
I mean, you might actually be right.
So we talk about these every year because these are very often a great way to either get into a faction or get a lot of models for a faction.
Yes.
And there's some interesting things that is the same as last year, because last year we had some trends.
We did.
Last year the trend was a model you only want one of in those boxes.
There's not as much this year. There's still some, but not as much.
Right. But there's some other different trends we'll see in this one.
Unfortunately.
So this is the 40K one. If you're looking for the Age of Sigmar version, check out the Age of Sigmar version video. Because some of you don't want to hear about Age of Sigmar, and some of you Age of Sigmar folks don't want to hear about 40K, in which case I don't know why you're watching this, except to watch it, which you should. Thank you. Now, we'll start off with your favoritist faction, the faction you lovest the mostest.
Yes. Emperor's Children, the Bliss-bound war band. First, we have Fulgrim, one of the unfortunate named characters that you only want
leader,
one of.
baby.
He is 340 points and $175.
Okay.
2 units of Flawless Blades, because they come in box of 3.
Who are your new light melee infantry, right?
So
or they're the heavy melee.
They're the heavy
melee
three-man.
infantry. I was thinking the other stabby guys. They're the 3-mans. Okay.
Yeah. These are the 3-man ones. They're really, really good in melee. And it comes with 6 of them. They're 110 points for 3, and $60 for 3, which is a little rough by itself.
Yeah.
And a 1 full unit of Noise Marines, which is also 6, which is 145 points and $69.
Nice.
The total is 705 points and $364.
Okay.
So we don't know the prices for any of these boxes yet.
Right.
They have been previously between 210 and 240. The price increase just went into effect, so who knows what price they're going to be?
Yeah, there's no leaked prices out there either.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised if these were less than $250.
Really?
I am
Interesting.
going to guess that none of these are going to be less than $250, and some of these might. I don't think they'll cross the $300 threshold,
But they'll be close.
but they might be $275, maybe even $280.
I think the cheapest one we'll see is probably $230. If
I could see that.
I'm going on the lower end because these are always super popular. Lost leader. I mean, they're still
Yeah, they're not lost
they're
leaders.
not lost leaders.
But these are always good deals.
Yeah.
So 705 points for $364.
Yes.
Is what that's worth.
So about 2/3 of a list.
Now, it is worth noting that
good.
this is current 40K points.
Yes,
which
current 40K
could
points,
change before these actually come out.
That's true. We did just have an update not that long ago, so hopefully everything's fine.
But I want to say could, because
it could also be different if you're watching this in the future and you're looking about buying one of these boxes.
right. So next one is the Leagues of Votann, the Chthonian Prospect box. I hate the name Chthonian. It's like anyway.
Yeah.
So you get your Brokir Iron Master, which is your foot hero. He's normally 75 points because he's a foot hero.
Yeah.
And he's $60 by himself because he's a big foot hero.
Well, this is the one that has the little robot friends.
Yeah.
So it's like a 4-man unit, I think.
That's true. Yeah.
So
Okay.
$60 for a reason.
$60 for himself. You get 1 unit of the Thunderkin, which are normally 80 points. Kind of went race to the bottom with those guys. $60 for that kit as well. You get 1 Earthshaker, the new mole launcher artillery. 110 points for $60. And 2 units of Berserks, who are normally 100 points. You get 2 boxes of this. They've gone up in price to $62.50.
Yep.
And 1 Capricus, the new goat-themed.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know we have the Sagitar.
Yeah.
I get like that we're going with constellations
Yeah.
and Greek. Like we're going with Greek constellations because these guys have a Greek thing. Chthonian, Brokir, all this stuff. Capricus is a dumb name.
Yeah.
And it makes me think of the Capra Demon from Demon's Soul or Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
75 points and is normally a $64 kit. So in total, you only get 540 points, but it's $369 worth of stuff.
So it's less points, so less a part of an army, but a better saving by a little bit, $5.
That doesn't surprise me because a big part of why the Emperor's Children one is so many points is because Fulgrim is 340 points.
Yeah. And he could still come down.
Which is not something that you see normally. Like that's something you only see in those big hero characters.
Yeah.
Especially new hero characters who are usually overcosted. see every other Primarch in the line who isn't Rowboat Gilman.
So I think that one's pretty good. I think that would be fairly reasonable. I guess we didn't talk about it with Emperor's Children. If you already have Fulgrim, that box is just unusable.
Yeah, if you already have a Fulgrim, that box is, $175 less, which brings it down to 190 something bucks.
Yeah.
Which means it's going to be, if you don't want Fulgrim, that box is going to be less valuable than its money.
Yes.
Unless you can sell Fulgrim.
True. And again, it's one of the only ones in here that has a named character in it. So that one.
Yes.
I'm iffy on that one. Although the Flawless Blades and Noise Marines are fine, but for this one, I think this one's a great box.
I like that it comes with at least one new kit.
It comes with
two new kits, the Capricus and the Earth Shaker.
And the Earth Shakers, yep. It has 2 new kits in it, which just came out 2 months ago, something like that. I think this is great for someone that doesn't have their full field allowance of everything, or someone just getting in.
The Iron Master is a good hero.
The Iron Master is a good hero. I've seen him a lot. The only real downside is only 540 points, but
yes, but everything in here is kind of usable. Thunderkin are good. They hit very hard. They're kind of a staple of the faction, at least they were last time I played them.
Yeah, same.
And the Earthshaker is not great, but not terrible, is my understanding, because it's artillery.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, your faction.
Next one is another one of my factions, which is Tyranids, the Crusher Stampede.
This is the only one that is also named after just one of
the
sub-factions.
I noticed that when I typed it. I was like, that's just a detachment name.
Yeah, that's just a detachment.
Could have been more creative. So this one has is an interesting one because it comes with the Neurotyrant and Screamer Killer, which is it was only in Leviathan and now is in a bundle together for $114.
Right.
It's 105 points for the Neurotyrant and 135 points for the Screamer Killer.
So normally you get the Neurotyrant, Screamer Killer, and a bunch of other little things, right?
No, those are the only 2 things in that box for 114.
Okay, so we'll just count those 2 as being 114.
Yeah, those 2 are 114. The Exocrine, which is 140 points, alternately a Haruspex for 125 points, for $89. The Tyrannifex, 200 points, or Tervagon for 160 points, for $69.
Nice.
The Maliceptor for 170 points, or Toxicrin for 150 points, at another $89. And this one is a big one. So it actually has the worst dollar savings so far.
Yes.
Again, assuming these are all the same
Although
price.
they've all been within $6 of each other.
They're not that bad. Is 750 points for $361 worth of stuff.
And Tyranid Monster Mash?
Yes.
A lot of people love playing Tyranid Monster Mash.
It is very fun. And the Neurotyrant is a must-have in Tyranids.
Yeah.
The Exocrine, super popular. The Haruspex is very good if you don't want another Exocrine. Tyrannifex, inherently playable. Maliceptor, inherently playable. The only real negative one in here is the Screamer Killer.
Yeah, he really did kind of fall off.
Yeah. And I think he's only in here because the Neurotyrant comes in.
He's on the same sprue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had to have something.
Yeah, so that is a really, really good one. The problem is since the 2 of them were in Leviathan, you could find them really cheap online.
Yeah.
So this one's iffy. This one's a maybe. Although very, very playable, maybe iffy price wise.
Right. All right. Next one is the worst points wise, but that's for a very specific reason because this is the Tau box, the Farsight
Josh,
Cadre.
it's not the worst points wise.
It's not the worst points wise.
Nope.
Oh, there's one more that's worse. Sorry, I forgot about that. Different. Okay, sorry. Second worst points wise for a very specific reason, for a very similar reason. This is the Farsight Cadre box. This is your Farsights. Yep. So once upon a time, you used to be able to get Farsight in his cohort of 7 samurai. Totally not a 7 samurai.
That was before I was playing.
Yeah. Well, I remember when that was a kit. They were all resin, and it was a pun on the 7 samurai of Kurosawa.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a Farsight thing. Those all kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
But this is kind of calling back to that, although you get very few of them.
Yes.
So you get Farsight himself, who is a named character. He's $69 by himself, nice, and is only 85 points by himself. You also get the battle suits, Crisis Sunforge battle suits. These are just Crisis suits.
Yeah, the Sunforge are the most expensive, which is why I wrote them down.
Right. 140 points for $89. Now, you can also build them as the Fire Knife and the Star Scythe for 110 or 120 points.
Respect.
You get one Riptide battle suit for 190 points, which is normally $122. That's the big one.
Yeah.
And then one Broadside, which is only 80 points and is $65. So this one is the lowest so far at $345 and 495 points.
Yeah, the lowest on both sides is really rough.
Now, part of the reason why they're so low is because Tau, when it was released, was a bad codex.
Yeah, awful.
And
it was a bad index. which turned into a bad codex.
And the only way they could try to fix it was race to the bottom points-wise.
Yep.
Like, it was just, okay, points drops across the board.
Yep. Tau became a horde faction.
And unfortunately, it's just an army that doesn't function particularly well.
Yeah.
And yet it's still not particularly fun to play against because it's Tau.
It's awful. This one is probably, even though it's not the worst points-wise or money-wise, it's probably my least favorite because it has a named character in it.
Yep.
There's only so many models, and it just feels so bad.
There is also a lot of rumor that we're getting new Crisis suits.
Yeah.
Crisis suits are one of the most difficult kits to invest in because they keep changing their points and how they're legally built.
Yep.
That has changed, I don't know, 3 times in the past 5 years or something stupid like that.
Yeah. That's not even including the fact that they went from like 6s to 3s in the codex.
Right.
So if you bought 3 units of 6, now you have too many.
Right. Tau have been kind of shafted.
Yeah.
And the Crisis suits are kind of the poster boy for all those problems. So getting the that doesn't even feel like a good include.
No, I don't.
That being said, it's probably my favorite box because it's got big robots in it.
You're part of the problem, Josh.
I am, and I don't even play Tau, and I just like Farsight.
Yeah.
However, I also already own Farsight
Oh yeah,
as a model, so for me personally, I don't know. Hey, Mitchell, you want to buy a Farsight?
I don't.
Hey, Cody, you want to buy a Farsight? Cody already has one too. Okay. Yeah, everyone who plays is cool because he's one of the coolest models in the faction.
Yeah, he's awesome.
His faction's not very good.
No, it's not.
Because it's Tau close range melee faction. So yeah, I still predict that this will be one of the best selling boxes because it's because it's one of the coolest boxes.
Weebs.
Gotta remember what people buy 40K for.
I know.
It's not for the rules.
It's not for the rules.
Speaking of
not for the rules, next up we have the Space Marines.
Space Marine.
Iron Halo Strike Force. First, this has the most individual kits in it.
Mm-hmm.
The normal Space Marine captain at 80 points, $43.50. The model that they showed, I cannot find on GW's website, so I just used the other captain that was available. Then they have the company heroes, which he attaches to for 105 points or $69. The Sternguard veterans, which are 100 points and $65. A 5-man unit of Hellblasters for 110 points or $65, cut in half because it's a 10-man box.
So $32.50.
Yep. Redemptor Dread, which is 195 points, just went down, and $82.
Surprised it went down because of how good it was.
And a Ballistus Dreadnought, which is 150 points, $73.50. And the newly announced Space Marines Heads box, which is 0 points and question mark dollars.
If that thing's less than $50, I'm incredibly surprised.
Me too.
At the very least, is 40.
Yeah. I'm thinking along the lines of like the Citadel Skulls or whatever.
Right.
Which is $40.
But because of that, this is actually the best deal.
Yes. So this is 740 points, but $365.50 plus the heads.
Right.
So yeah, if those are $40, that is a $400 box.
Right.
That's crazy.
This might actually be the best-selling box. And
it's also Space Marines.
And the stuff, well, that's why. And the stuff in here is not bad.
Yeah. The Ballistus is playable. Hellblasters are playable. Redemptor's playable. Probably the worst thing in here is maybe the Sternguard, but they're still good.
The Sternguard were pretty good.
Yeah.
They keep going up in points because they were too good.
Yeah.
So they might have gone up too much, but yeah, very. And it's not overly themed towards one faction, which happens sometimes.
Which I'm glad they didn't do. I was afraid they were going to do that with all of their like little sub factions, the chapters coming out, but they didn't do it.
Looks like it now.
So that is a great box if you're an old player or a new player.
On the other side of the Long War coin, Chaos Space Marine box, the Hellforged Warband, led by one Lord Discordant, who is not a Chaos Space Marine.
Is he Hellforged, Josh?
I guess, but like, you know, I mean, he's one of the coolest models in the faction.
Yeah.
He's normally $82 for 160 points. He's not great.
He's not great.
They
buffed him in the last data slate, and he still doesn't see play. He's awesome.
Has the Lord Discordant ever been as good as his model is?
So when he initially came out, and I think the end of 8th edition, the tournament list was putting 3 of them on the board.
One Venom Crawler, also not a Chaos Space Marine. 110 points, $82, which is bundled with the Obliterators, because you can only get that in that one combat patrol, right?
Yep, it is bundled online for $82. It's in the Combat Patrol, and it was in the Shadow Spear box.
And one of the start collectings.
And one of the start collecting. So they've never separated those from each other.
So you get the Venom Crawler and the Obliterators.
Yes.
$82 for both of them, which is actually a pretty good deal when you think about it. 110 points and 160 points, respectively. Unit of Havocs, 125 points for $65. Those are a pretty new kit. Pretty good.
Very new.
A unit of Legionaries, 2 units of Legionaries, sorry, who are normally 90 points. They're $77 if you buy the Nemesis Claw, which is currently the only way you can buy them because both the Kill Team box and just the original 40K box are not on the website at time of recording.
They're in the Combat Patrol and the Nemesis Claw, which comes with the extra bits
Night
and
Lords
stuff like
bits,
that. The
right.
Night Lords bits. And that is the only way you can buy those from GW.
Right.
Which makes no sense to me.
No, it's a core unit.
Yeah, it's literally Battle Line.
And then, speaking of core units, one Ancient Rhino.
Oh my god, redo the Rhino.
Just throwing that Rhino in there. It's $60. It's 75 points. You all know and hate it. Points wise, this is 810 points.
Yep. It is the best in the 40K line.
And $366.
Which is average.
I do think a lot of that money savings comes from the Venom Crawler and Obliterators already being a very good deal boxed together.
That's true.
And Obliterators are good.
Obliterators are good. Havocs are fine.
Yeah.
Basically everything in here is between good at the Obliterators and then like kind of required like Legionaries and Rhinos because what else are you gonna do?
Right.
This box is okay, which makes it good that it's a good deal for the points.
Yeah.
And lastly for 40K, we have Astra Militarum or the Krieg Siege Platoon.
Krieg Siege.
This one has the Krieg Siege Command Squad. Sorry, the Krieg Command Squad.
New kit, which is a great kit.
65 points or $48. 2 units of Death Corps of Krieg, which is 65 points each and $53 each. The Combat Engineers, which are 60 points and $48. 2 artillery teams, which are 95 points each and $65 each. Unfortunately, this is the worst, both points and savings-wise, at 445 points and $332.
Which they could salvage if it was appropriately costed.
Yes. I kept going back and like, because I was looking at the whole picture and I'm like, did I miss anything? Am I missing a unit in here? I wasn't.
I mean, here's the thing. You probably don't need more than one Krieg Command Squad.
Nope.
This is the ultimate I'm getting into Krieg.
Yes.
And not I want to buff up my Krieg. Because if you wanted to buff up your Krieg, or if you want to get into Krieg, you probably got the army box. If you didn't, this isn't a bad get.
Yeah, this is good if you missed the army box.
Death Corps is good. Combat Engineers are okay. Obviously, they lost their really good thing.
They had to nerf them. They were
because it was
good.
too stupid.
And now they're fine.
Artillery is artillery, which means it's never actually really good.
No.
The Command Squad's fine, but like it's just none. It's Astra Militarum. It's one of the most expensive factions to play because nothing is worth any points.
Yes. Everything is super cheap. Everything dies to a stiff breeze. You know what they could have put in here?
A tank.
Tank. I know it's the Krieg Siege Platoon, but put a tank in here.
Krieg use tank too.
Yeah.
It's not like they don't like tanks. Or the heavy weapon squads everyone actually wants.
Yeah.
But that's the problem, is everybody actually wants those.
All right, so we added up all of the money that we have across these battle forces, and the average cost is $357.50. Last year we did the math, and it was $352.80.
So
about
the
right.
same, yeah.
The problem is if these do go up, then the savings will be worse.
Yes.
But that's yet to be seen.
Yeah.
But overall, I think they're pretty good. The only one I really don't like is the Tau one, just, on principle.
I don't hate any of these. None of these are bad. Some of them are only good if you're just getting into the faction for the first time.
Yeah.
Like the Tau one is not great because Tau are not great right now.
Yeah.
And that's not anything you can really fix.
Yeah, that's true.
The Astra Militarum one is not great because it doesn't have the thing that actually does anything in Astra Militarum, which is the armored units.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is kind of 40K right now. It's very much about that. So overall, yeah, not a bad one. Lots of different options.
Yes, 7 different battle forces was a little bit of a surprise. I like that.
Yeah, only 2 Imperiums,
2 Imperium,
2 Chaoses, and 3 Xenos.
Extra love to the Xenos.
It's all coming up aliens.
Exactly.
Well, let us know below which, if any of these, you're excited for, if you're looking into getting any of them, depending on price, of course.
Of course.
And if you want to check out the Age of Sigmar version, check out the Age of Sigmar version. Should be going up roughly at the same time. And we will talk to you next time.
Bye.